Colombia, a new mayor has taken office in the capital of Bogota, replacing Gustavo Petro, a leftist. Petro lost his bid to stay in office after President Juan Manuel Santos refused to heed a ruling by an International Rights Commission to suspend the decision. He was ousted in December over alleged mismanagement of the rubbish collection service. For more on the story, CCTV's Michelle Begue joins us live from Bogota.
Yes, it has been 2 days since Gustavo Petro was ousted as mayor, and the Colombian labor minister, Rafael Pardo, has already begun his job as Bogota's interim mayor. Now, despite the fact that this outcome was a long time coming, there are still many questions.
Days after Gustavo Petro's ouster, the Plaza Bolívar, former stage of the mayor's protests, is quiet. It is hard to believe that just days earlier, thousands of protesters were chanting for their left-leaning leader and against President Juan Manuel Santos. Many wondered why the Colombian president signed the ouster less than a day after the Washington-based Inter-American Commission on Human Rights ruled Colombia's Inspector General violated the region's human rights charter and insisted the leftist former guerrilla be allowed to serve out his term.
The Colombian state sees it as an auxiliary justice. It is only when the Colombian justice fails or doesn't operate that the commission can operate. In this case, it's clear that the Colombian justice has responded efficiently and rapidly.
Although Colombia has had a long history of following the commission's rulings, the Santos administration has said this was a special case.
We have almost 400 rulings of precautionary measures that we have to do with death threats and personal integrity. But this is the first time they request precautionary measure on an issue involving political rights.
In a move that wasted no time, President Santos named his replacement, and the government has 55 days to call elections. But in the meantime, analysts say Bogota is in limbo.
All the political issues and discussions have led to a situation where the city cannot tackle the problems it has had for a while now. We are in a situation of collapse in many areas: mobility, healthcare, and education. We have lots of problems to solve, and this doesn't help.
Not only is Bogota's future uncertain, but also the former mayor's political career. When the Inspector General ousted Gustavo Petro, he also banned him from holding political office for 15 years. Constitutional lawyer Juan Manuel Charri says while Petro's legal appeals in Colombian courts had run its course, he can still fight the ban.
He has mechanisms, of course, to protect his rights. He just hasn't used them. He has used some mechanisms to try to stop his ouster, but he can continue to defend himself, just not as mayor.
According to the lawyer we spoke to, Petro has 4 months to bring this final suit.
Michelle, you mentioned that his replacement, the Colombian Minister of Labor, has already jumped into the job. What's he saying about all of this?
Well, Rafael Pardo has said that he is going to do exactly what Petro was doing before, follow the same development plan, which is called the Bogota Humana. And he's not alone in this task. President Santos has already said that he's calling a ministerial meeting for Monday to talk about the crisis that Bogota is going through and how they can help. Back to you.
Michelle Begue, live for us in Bogota. Thank you.